So what you're trying to say is you brought me back because I put a compass onto a bottle?
Yes.
You think that we have failed this task because a compass was on there?
Now, Dan, you got this name North, and you said, well, thing was it wasn't executed as to my total idea, right? Why didn't you pipe up, Dan?
I didn't. I did say many times, but there was a lot of divide in the team that they wanted it to...
Who was dividing in the team then?
The reason why we didn't apply his complete concept, Lord Sugar, was because it's a bit, demographically prejudiced. It's a running joke. People get it or they don't. It's 50-50. So we decided to go away from Dan's water taste up north.
But still kept the name. I mean, put simply, the name North is meaningless if you don't use the concept.
Yeah. Branding team, I would ask for some accountability here.
In all fairness, Connor, you were very vague with what you were actually wanting. You were just like, I trust you guys, and also just kind of do what you want with your free will.
100%. And when I took this role as PM, I said, I have no branding experience. I trust you. You did say you have branding experience, and I trusted you as a PM.
I've got a beauty business.
So you've created logos and designs before. Now, when you look at this branding, you would think that Christopher Columbus would buy this as an explorer.
Well, the logo looks like a road sign on the M6. Quite clearly, north and it's all gone south, quite honestly. Anyway, Connor and Pasha, I've heard that both of you were directing the cameraman and saying, do this, and then the other one would overstep and say, no, do that. So basically, we had two directors. Yeah?
100%. I feel like I did take a step back and I was letting Connor predominantly lead.
I didn't witness you taking a step back.
Okay. Can I just add quickly, Lord Sugar? So when we met on day 2, it was very out of the blue. He sort of looked at me and said, Pasha, you're going to be doing the edit. Now, I said to Connor, I've never edited a video, a branding advert.
So you're telling me he dropped you in it? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not.
He went off to do the social media thing
because that's what he does.
That's what he does.
100%.
It's the only good thing he did do, because your one was voted best by the social media experts.
100%.
All right. Anyway, where do you think the fault with this project lays?
In my opinion, I think the fault on this project lays more with the video team. One of the first things Connor said was, I create stories into reality. There was no reality here.
Right. Well, Connor, as the project manager, can I ask which two people are you bringing back into this boardroom?
I am going to bring back Rajan and Roxanne.
Right.
I think it's very quick for you to throw me under the bus, but...
Well, Connor, no clear concept from the brainstorm, no synergy between the ad and the product.
Our initial concept, which I'm pretty sure you both knew and were aware of, that we were going for the mobile phone replacement, something kind of sleek. That was kind of the concept. I trusted you with branding. Unfortunately, North H2O with the mountains and supporting you to reach your peak does have a narrative, and that is much more linked to an adventure brand. And Roxanne, more specifically, a sub-team lead, I think you failed to take accountability for that, which I'm really disappointed by, because immediately...
Sorry, can I just interject there? Because as a leader, I wanted to hear everybody's opinions and voices. Levi threw in the bit about the peak, which ultimately everyone agreed on it.
Connor, you've gone into why you brought Roxanne here as being the sub-team leader. I'm loving to hear your reasoning behind yourself.
So you doubled down on making an adventure brand. You compounded it by adding in the compass. You dissed Big Zoo's brand itself.
No. I mentioned that we went for a carton as opposed to a can to stand out.
And I think there's a way that you can elevate the use of the carton without putting down a can.
So what you're trying to say is you brought me back because I put a compass onto a bottle.
Yes.
You think that we have failed this task because a compass was on there? Is that what you're saying?
I think you made it extremely difficult in the pitch, and I think it compounded...
Not the mountains or the actual
all of this,
name.
I was like, so you agree that there are branding issues here?
What you've achieved is that you've made Tapwall to look exciting, quite frankly. Branding, Roxanne, you have to take responsibility for it. You're the sub-team leader.
I do take, accountability for some of the, the branding, but ultimately, I don't believe I am the failure of this task.
Where do you think the failure lays out, the three of you, then?
I believe Connor. Easy
to point at a project manager, isn't it?
Well, it's not just because he's the leader, that's not it at all. The directing and the filming of the actual advert, when me, Pasha and the editing team were going into the second day, there was nothing for us to go off. There was no notes.
That's not true. That isn't true. I was like, Pasha, it was Pasha's vision, and Pasha was the assistant director for a reason.
So you're saying it's his responsibility?
Well, he directed it.
Okay.
Yes, this week I took the reins as PM, and I pivoted when we got the north. I swapped sides over to the live stream. I think we smashed that out of the park. Was the video a little bit boring? Yes. So I do take accountability for that.
Right, okay. I don't want to hear any more from anyone. So the way I see this, Connor, is that I'm impressed that you do take responsibility, and you've taken responsibility for certain parts of the failure of this task, right? Roxanne, I think as sub-team leader on the branding side, you have a lot to answer to. Rajan, to be disrespectful of the canned water to the two experts was a major boob. I can't get to the bottom of whether you're shrewd enough for me. But, Connor, whether you allowed the social media to distract you from the main business that we were supposed to be doing could be one of the reasons why, regretfully, this task failed. I just got to do this on a gut feeling at the moment. My gut feeling is that Roxanne, you're fired.
Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Baroness Brady.
Good
Thanks,
luck,
Lord
Roxanne.
Sugar.